This is the most encouraging aspect, isn't it? The fact that Qatar and other Arab nations are actually trying to push Hamas into accepting this deal.
It is, and you have to remember, look, these states have a lot of influence over Hamas. Hamas has been financed throughout its life from offshore, most generously and most recently by Qatar. Hamas's political leadership lives in exile in Qatar, and the fact that they've got that presence basically gives them a level of currency and status within the Arab world, allows them to raise money, allows them to access media outlets and everything else. If Qatar says you take this deal or we cut you off, that would be a significant blow to Hamas. I don't know if they can survive as an organisation without the outside support and outside financing they've gotten, because all they do is spend money on tunnels and weapons systems, not feeding or clothing their own population. They don't grow the economy. They don't have a tax base of their own. So these countries, if they're on board, and it seems they are, they can put a significant amount of pressure on Hamas. And look, that's where Australia should be playing our role now, is putting pressure and encouragement on these countries to make sure that Hamas signs on to this.
Well, let's make the big switch now from that conflagration to the housing crisis in Australia and your portfolio. Labor's expanded plan to help people out with 5% deposits to effectively insure their mortgages. This is government sort of taking on the risk of first home buyers with all the economic risk that entails further down the track. Surely it doesn't do anything about the fundamental problem, and that is the problem of supply. We need more land subdivided. We need freer planning rules. We need to just increase supply in this country to try to make sure that the demand is satisfied and prices go down or become at least more manageable.
All Labor's policy is going to do is to push housing prices up. I mean, the Prime Minister himself admitted that today. Labor is building fewer homes than when the Coalition was in office, about 170,000 over the past 12 months versus 200,000 when we were in office. Treasury, its own government department, says it's not going to meet its housing target. And all this scheme does, which is uncapped and not means tested, is fuel demand. It's probably going to put somewhere between 10 and 20% more buyers into the market, competing for a smaller number of homes, new homes that are out there. Everyone knows if you've got a larger number of buyers chasing a smaller number of goods, prices go up.
Yeah, at the very least, you'd think you'd means test it. Thanks for joining us, Dave. Appreciate it. Dave Sharma there, Liberal Senator for New South Wales.